I'm caps lock different. It's facts, not fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinach. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Wow. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eye vision. Y'all can't pass my scrimmage. While y'all tripping, it's Aruba. I realized I had to go and flip.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 250 of Psychotic and Iconic. Paul's here along with my co-host Nick Theories and Philly Phil. If you haven't done so already, please go ahead and share it. If you're tuned into the live, share it on every motherfucking thing. We're going to start out with the ass off. Colts named Daniel Jones, quarterback 1 over Anthony Richardson.
The ass off.
It is an ass off for real. I don't understand this, bro. I don't understand what Shane's thinking.
All right, well, why?
Because my thing is when you drafted Anthony Richardson 2 years ago, it was a known fact that he was a project.
Okay.
So my thought is that Daniel Jones has been a starter for 6 years. He made the playoffs one time, whatever. But by the same token, you are doing nothing but hurting Anthony Richardson even more. And you wasted the 5th overall pick on him. Why are you not rolling with him over Daniel? You know what Daniel Jones is. Daniel Jones is not very good.
But Daniel Jones in this offense could be good.
Bruh.
I'm not saying he's going to be good, but I don't look. The thing is that I think, to me, this is a good thing for Anthony Richardson in a weird way, because I don't think what you just said, Daniel Jones is not going to hold the starting job for the entire seation.
Shane said it was going to be the year, though.
That's what he says. But if they start off, I don't know, 2-5, 2-6, they're definitely going to be turning the page to Anthony Richardson. That's for sure. And if they don't, then you already know what they feel about him. So then next year they're going to go get a quarterback. It is what it is.
But I just feel like why would you
get a shot?
But why would you draft the guy, or at that time the kid? Why would you draft him knowing he's a project and then not follow through on the project?
Because he's not ready.
But that's the project aspect of it.
Because look, he makes big plays down the field. Absolutely. He's got a cannon for an arm and he's accurate down the field. But his accuracy in the short, immediate game, whether it's checkdowns, whether it's slants, whether it's just short, immediate routes, he's not accurate at all. And that's what it takes to be a very good quarterback in this league. You have to move the chains. If you can't hit those simple passes, then you're in trouble, because all those difficult passes aren't going to be going your way all the time. So you have to hit those immediate routes when you can. And you have to pick up first downs, control the clock, and be an NFL quarterback and game manage. I don't think he's ready for that.
You think Daniel Jones is?
He's more seasoned than him.
I know, but my thing is you know what Daniel Jones is. Like, Anthony, you do kind of at this juncture, But
the Colts know. That's why he's not starting. Think about it. The Colts know at this juncture what Anthony Richardson is. If that's telling you everything, he's not ready. And they don't want to throw him to the fire because they don't think he's ready. And if he struggles, then you really hurt his confidence. So to me, it's like, all right, we'll get him a little bit more prepared. Well, I think the opposite.
But you don't think that it hurts his confidence being benched for Daniel Jones?
I mean, he's not ready. If they had to talk with him, like, yeah, look, we think you're close, but we need you to develop a little bit more in the short game and just the overall game. Like, yeah, I think they had that talk with him. I don't think that it should knock his confidence at all.
But I don't view it as like a similar scenario to Bryce Young and Andy Dalton, because Andy Dalton at one point was a pretty good quarterback in the league. Made the playoffs a few times with the Bengals. He's an actual seasoned vet that can play a little bit. Like, the Panthers offense went up as soon as Andy Dalton came in. Now, when Bryce Young came back into the fold, Bryce Young was playing a lot better after he sat. Now, maybe the Colts think that they could take that approach with Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson. To me, I don't see that, because I don't think Daniel Jones is any good.
I think he's better than Anthony Richardson. I do. Anthony Richardson had a 47.5% completion percentage. That ain't going to cut it.
I know, but Daniel Jones is also struggling in the preseason against backups as well. It wasn't like Daniel Jones went in there and lit it the fuck up.
No, but did Anthony Richardson light it up?
No.
Exactly. He didn't do enough to take command of the job.
Younger second-year quarterback?
Because I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready.
But that goes back to my first
Daniel
question.
Jones
Why would you draft him? You knew he was a project. A project doesn't mean, like, in my opinion, a project isn't you put him out there for a season and then all of a sudden you come back and he's got to win the job again against a bum-ass quarterback and Daniel Jones. Like, for me, a project is this might take 2-3 years, but we could get there.
It's year 2 or year 3.
What is it for Anthony Richardson? Year 2, right? It was 2 years ago.
It's just 2 years ago.
This is second year.
Second year.
So again, what the fuck are we doing?
I don't know. I just don't think they believe in him as much, and that's just kind of how I see it. I mean, look, if this is going to be his 3rd year coming up. This is 3rd.
Oh, this is year 3. Okay, that's what I thought for a minute. That's why I messed up when I said second.
Well, the first year he didn't play as much. He didn't play at all. Like, I think he played a couple of games, maybe 3-4 games.
He got hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
The concussions, the shoulder, and then he was out for the whatchamacallit. He was out for the season.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I saw Shane Steichen go with a quarterback. Everybody tells me trash. That quarterback got him to the Super Bowl.
Look, I'm not here to panic on him though. Look, he's on Anthony Richardson just because he's not the starting quarterback. He's 23 years old. Like, he's 23. This is where rookie quarterbacks usually come out anyway. They're 23 years old, about just plus or minus, but he's fairly young. I think, like you said, he's a project, so let the product develop. And I think, to me, if you throw him out there and they know as a coaching staff he's not ready, well, now you're going to hurt his confidence moving forward. And then you're going to have to know, no matter what, if the Colts started off with 1-5 with Anthony Richardson, does he play for the rest of the season, or do you call for Daniel Jones?
I would let him play the rest of the season. Why the fuck would you call for Daniel Jones? Those are getting invaluable reps.
Because the problem is that those coaches have jobs. They're going to want to shake something up so they can win games to save their jobs. That's why.
Now, that's fair. I'll give you that. But that's a good point. Yes.
So that's how I see it. So to me, starting off with Daniel Jones, hey, maybe the Colts get off to a hot start because he's the veteran and he can lead us to whatever, right? Or maybe they're looking at like, yo, I think Daniel Jones might start off maybe 2-5, 2-6, 2-7, and then we can go with Anthony Richardson.
Hold on, baby.
To me, now you're setting him up to succeed rather than fail.
Their first 5 games: Dolphins, Broncos, Titans, Rams, Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
I think if they win one game, they'd be lucky. Broncos defense is good.
With or without Anthony Richardson?
Either of them.
Okay.
Either of them. But I would just opt to go with the 3rd-year player who's young, who you took with the top 5 pick, as opposed to Daniel Jones, Daniel Jones was on the Vikings. The Vikings got rid of Sam Darnold and still didn't hold him.
He outpriced himself. They actually wanted to keep him. He wanted too much money. That was the report. My thing is, I think the Colts are, in my opinion, I'm on the Colts side here.
You would start Daniel Jones.
I would start Daniel Jones. He's the better player right now. And if you're competitive, great. You can keep him as a starting quarterback. If you're not competitive, we got the 30-year quarterback coming right in there, and he could play the rest of the season. They're not gonna call for Daniel Jones again. As soon as one of them get benched, that's it for them for the entire season.
Bro,
whether it's week 5, week 7, week 9, it doesn't matter. They're done.
Bro, their schedule is brutal. Dolphins, Broncos, Titans, Rams, Raiders, Cardinals, Chargers, Titans, Steelers, Falcons, Chiefs, Texans, Jags, Seahawks, Niners, Jags. Fuck. And then they finish out this season.
Texans.
Is it the Texans again? I clicked off the screen. And then Texans. That's hard, bro.
Exactly. So do you think Daniel Jones is going to start the whole season?
Probably not.
Exactly. So then now what you do? Now you have Anthony Richardson to play the entire season, and then you could see what you have for a decent sample size going into next season. If Anthony Richardson goes in there and he fails the first 6 games, they're going to bench him for Daniel Jones because they're going to want to save their jobs. Now you're done with him. And you know that by mid-season, he could be a problem in the locker room. If that, you know what I mean? That's how I see it. I look at it as I think the Colts are being strategic with this announcement, in my opinion.
You kind of swayed me. That don't happen very often. You kind of swayed me. I'm dead serious though. Like, not even trying to be funny. Like, I do kind of understand what you're saying.
But here's the thing. I understand the reps though. The reps I get.
Yeah,
but he's getting the reps in practice, which is not. It's not the same in the game.
And yeah, no.
But the coaches see what the fuck they got.
I feel what you're saying.
Know what I mean?
I feel what you're saying because it's a lot easier to bench Daniel Jones and go to Anthony Richardson
Correct.
than it is to bench Anthony Richardson, who you took 3 years ago with the 5th overall pick, and go to somebody like Daniel Jones.
Correct.
So in the way that you just spelled it out like that, I have kind of drifted. Like I do understand what you're saying there. Like I understand I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that. If that's their actual thought process, I don't know what it is, but what you said, like it computes.
That's how I look at it.
Yeah, no. And I do genuinely feel that. That's what I'm saying. Like I actually feel swayed, and it's hard to sway me when I'm dug in on something. But
Pause, my bad.
Yeah, pause, my fault. But yeah, no, I do kind of agree with that because I think it is easier to go to Anthony Richardson as opposed to benching Richardson. Because if you bench Anthony Richardson and they're 2-6 through 8, at that point it's done. You're done.
And you already now you're turning the page of Daniel Jones, and you already know he's not your future.
And at that point, you want to lose games because now you're trying to get into the quarterback class for next year.
Correct. But now at least you saw a decent sample size towards the end of the season. Hey, is he worth it to go into next year as our starter, or do we have to get back into the draft and go get our guy? And
it's so weird. It's funny too because the Browns just named Joe Flacco their QB1. Now there's a quarterback in Cleveland wearing number 12 that he would be perfect for the Colts. You know who that quarterback is? Shedeur. He would be perfect on the fucking Colts. You go put Shedeur Sanders on that Colts team because that Colts team's got some players. They would be able to compete in that division because that division's not that strong. Well, I mean, look, that's your belief in Shedeur, which it's adorable, but I don't think that would happen. You play on words now. It's a Shedeurable. It's a Shedeurable. Yeah. You're Shedeurable. I'm Shedeurable. That's the title, yo. Phil, write that down, yo. Yeah. Shedeurable. It's gonna be spelled all funky. Yeah. But hold on, I'll write it. That's what you are, yo. Yeah. That's insane talk, though. You can't just plug him on the Colts and they're going to be automatically fucking fighting for the division here. There's no way in hell you think that, bro. He's a 5th round draft pick. The Browns don't even have they don't even have him as a top fucking 3 on their depth chart. You know they're the worst organization in sports history. I don't disagree with that. They're a joke. Bro, the Cleveland Browns X account, every time they tweet something out, is Shedeur dropping a fucking dime to somebody. The fifth rounder, who's the 4th string behind Joe Flacco, who's 80, Kenny Pickett, who fucking stinks, and Dylan Gabriel, who's 3 foot tall. So let me ask you a question. How many quarterbacks will the Browns keep going into the season? They're going to keep all 4, but it's because of their fucking stupidity that they're doing that. It's so funny watching this shit. It's not even funny. It's actually very maddening. Like I saw more people defending Dylan Gabriel throwing a fucking pick 6 than ever in my entire life. Oh, the wide receiver pulled his hands in. Oh, the call was fucked up. There was 2 people in the same spot. If Shedeur Sanders threw that interception, you know what they'd be saying? He's got to read the defense better. You can't throw that fucking ball. He stinks. That's why he fell to the 5th round. And you know that, and it's bullshit what they're doing. The New Orleans Saints, who could have took Shedeur and took Tyler fucking Shuck, are starting on Sunday. They're starting Spencer Rattler and still haven't named a quarterback 1 because that's how embarrassing that organization is. What the fuck are we doing? Well, I mean, look, that's your guy, but I don't know. I don't know the evaluations of these players. I don't know who's evaluating who. But the fact of the matter is, he dropped to the 5th round. There's a reason behind it. There's no way in hell you're over here sweating. Yeah, bro. I'm keeping it 100 like I'm running a fever. You're Shedeurable right now. Because this is... it's bro, very Shedeurable. Dog, I understand. You're over here sweating over a 5th round draft pick. Those NFL teams passed on to him for 4 full rounds, almost 5. I still need to know. So you're telling me there's not one executive that feels the same way as you in any of those franchises' buildings? Oh, no, there is, but there was from about March 15th to April 24th. And then after that, I don't know what happened. Shedeur Sanders is the only quarterback I've ever seen in a month span go from the consensus second quarterback taken and in contention for the first overall pick with the Titans to being drafted in the 5th round and didn't do anything football related in that time span. Again, what the fuck are we doing? It doesn't make any sense.
So what does that tell you, though?
It tells me that the league had it out.
No. What does that tell you? There has to be something that we're missing. Like we talked about this before,
Yes.
but do you think it was a character thing? Because I heard his interviews were garbage.
Well, I don't know. They keep talking about character, this, that, and the third. And every time that young man is at the podium, he's a rock star.
Of course.
Thank you, God. I'm thankful for the opportunity. I'm not going to let anything bother me. When I get my reps, I'm going to
PR
work.
trained. His PR
That's my
trained.
point. That's why I know it's bullshit. You are not, bro. I just saw this. I just saw Dion telling his students in Colorado they can't wear slides on campus. He's going to have people there checking them. They can't sit in the back row during class. He sounded like Coach Carter. You can't wear slides. You can't sit in the back of the class. If you do a Zoom call, you can't be walking around. You can't wear a beater. You do nothing embarrassing. There is no way that Deion Sanders, his son, Shedeur Sanders, there is no way that he went into those meetings and bombed them. There's no fucking way. Deion is too smart of a man and knows the game to allow his son to do that. There's no way. Have you seen any indication that shows you that Shedeur Sanders would ever act non-professional in one of those meetings? In football related, I don't care about Maybachs. I don't care about legendary. I don't care about the draft.
That doesn't phase me. Like whatever he spends his money on, whatever, you earn that.
Agreed.
NIL deals,
yeah.
cool. You earn that. If you want to spend your money and look flashy for the camera, go do that. That's you.
Have you seen anything?
I don't knock that. I don't give a fuck.
Have you seen anything with him at the podium or play that told you, if you didn't know anything about Shedeur Sanders, if his name was Dylan Gabriel, and you saw the way he's acting and you saw his play, you would say, why was he in the 5th round? What's going on? Why does everybody hate him? Because he says everything right at the podium. Dylan Gabriel, his teammate, took a dig at him.
I disagree with that. You think that was a shot at his own teammate?
Yes. I think it was indirect, and I think it slipped, and he slipped up. Come on, bro. What do they say about Shedeur? They say that he's an entertainer because he does the flashy shit.
Do you think that he was calling out his teammate? I just disagree with that. I don't think that. He
addressed Shedeur on the plane about it. It tells me everything I need to know.
Yeah, because the media is making a big circus about it, so you have to address it.
Why would you say something?
It's not like the old days anymore, dude. Like that news spreads fast, and of course he's
fast.
Yeah, so of course the news is going to get to him immediately. So he's going to be like, "What the fuck? Like this guy's taking a dig at me."
Family, bro.
What? Bro, what?
I can't do it.
What, you can't do what? I don't understand.
No, not even about that. I can't believe, like, I don't understand it.
I see your point with Shedeur, with the media being against him. Like, I get that. I understand that. But, like,
he's the only quarterback. He's the only professional athlete that I've ever saw slide that far in a draft. And it had nothing to do with football. Aaron Rodgers was in comp in 2005. Aaron Rodgers in 2005 slid from like the 2nd overall pick to the 24th. And granted, with Aaron Rodgers, they were saying that you didn't know because about like there were teams with starting caliber quarterbacks already up there that didn't take him.
Correct.
But when Aaron Rodgers slid down to 24th, the first remark he made afterwards was a cocky ass remark. Not as upset as the 49ers would be that they didn't draft me. Shedeur didn't say none of that. Shedeur was looking at a computer and started doing a heel toe. He was so excited. And he slipped 5 rounds. He didn't slip 24. He slipped 144 picks.
Right.
Come on, man. They're doing my dog wrong.
I just look, if there's a thing today that Eric Dickerson came out saying that the NFL
I just read that on the way here.
Told teams not to draft Shedeur Sanders or something like that. Do you buy that?
Partially. Not fully, but partially.
Why?
Because I think there's a lot of varieties. Like I think that this part.
Hold on. Here's the thing. How do they communicate that with those teams? Do you think they called them individually, or do they email them?
No, I think it would be a phone call, or like they all went out for dinner the night before the draft, or a week before maybe a month before the draft or whatever, because that's when it started happening. But I don't know. Like I think that it's pretty simple. I mean, if you just look back, there's another example now. Granted, it's a way different scenario, but look at Colin Kaepernick. At the time, when Colin Kaepernick did all the shit with kneeling during the anthem, Colin Kaepernick that year and the year or two after, Colin Kaepernick was still one of the best 64 quarterbacks in the league.
Oh, absolutely.
And the reason I'm saying 64 is 32 starters.
Yeah,
and
I
backup.
got you.
But my thing is like, there was a circus around Colin Kaepernick because of what he did. But Colin Kaepernick could play. Tim Tebow, I understood that. Tim Tebow wasn't a polished quarterback, but you can tell when you watch Shedeur, you can tell the boy could play quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely could play quarterback.
So to me, I don't know. Like what ED said today, like there's a part of that where I read it and I think about it in totality and I'm like, yeah, I could see that. Let's show him a lesson. You can't act like that, this and that. But again, there's just too many inconsistencies. Like nobody's ever going to convince me that a son of Deion Sanders is going to go into one of those meetings and be completely unprepared and not know X's and O's. If you just watch Deion in his meetings and the way that he treats the kids that he's coaching, I'm sorry, dude. I have a very hard time believing that.
Look, man, I might have a little bit more faith in society than you do, but I can't see the NFL forming up and communicating with 32 NFL teams to not draft Shedeur Sanders. I just don't see it. And if you're telling me there's no reason, whether it's on the field, off the field, of any reason as to why that would happen, I just don't see that specifically happening. I just don't see that. And I don't know if it's a thing against Deion.
Well,
I have no idea. I don't know the relationship between the NFL. I'm talking about the Shield itself and Deion. I don't know. I
also think there's a fear of if Shedeur's starting and the coach is trash, the coach could lose his job to get replaced by Deion.
Well, yeah, we've talked about that too. Yeah. That was a theory of mine too.
The other thing is too is like they're forced to hold all of the quarterbacks. Here's why. Joe Flacco, he's our starter. Kenny Pickett, in my opinion, would be the one that got cut. Because you're not going to cut Dylan Gabriel because you took him in the 3rd round. And you're not going to cut Shedeur because everybody knows that in the 5th round, he's a steal. Because he's not a 5th round talent. Like I saw Colin Cowherd today talking about his bullshit. And I tweeted at him. He won't answer. But I'm just saying, like, my thing is he will come in there and he will justify 32 owners saw the same thing. He's a 5th round quarterback. Why the fuck aren't you touching on Tyler Shuck being a 2nd round quarterback? Tyler Shuck is having trouble beating out Spencer Rattler, dude. What is it?
Well, he's also a rookie. Like, I mean, look, if 2nd round draft picks don't usually come in and start right away, they usually kind of take time to develop them, but about a year or two.
Shedeur Sanders would be the best quarterback on the Saints right now, and it wouldn't even be close.
I can't say I disagree with you, but I'm just saying, like, I think in all, I mean, like that was their evaluation of Tyler Shuck, and he was good in college, but sometimes the transition from college to pros is a lot different. But to me, I don't see the NFL conspiring in any way towards one player. I just don't see that. It doesn't make any sense to me. Well, and if it's through email, that's kind of stupid on their part.
They wouldn't do that because they already caught John Gruden.
That's exactly what I was alluding to. Like they already caught Gruden with that. So it's like, how do you communicate that?
You heard what Stephen A. said before, though, when Trump wanted to buy the Bills. And he said, if they block me, I'm going to go run for president. Now, Stephen, I don't think he's lying about that. But my thing is they conspired to block Trump from buying the Buffalo Bills. So if you're going to stop somebody from buying an NFL franchise, what leads me to believe that you wouldn't do the same thing?
Because that's voted on. You get voted on that.
But that's what I'm saying. So they can conspire and say everybody don't vote for him.
Yeah, but you don't vote on drafting players. We're gonna be like, oh yeah, let's give a vote and
I know that. But we could all say
that doesn't make any sense.
That you can't behave like Shedeur Sanders.
It just seems like a stretch, bro.
No, and that's fair because to me, that's why I said partially I believe it, because in the rationale part of my brain, I'm like, nah, there's no way they could pull something like that off. But by the same token, when you are that wealthy and that powerful, you could kind of do whatever you want.
Of course, you could do whatever you want.
You could figure out a way to do it. I don't get it. Like if Aaron Rodgers doesn't sign, now look, I think the Steelers knew Aaron Rodgers was going to sign the whole time, but I'm just saying in the event that they didn't, if they didn't know Aaron Rodgers was going to
said that he knew before the draft.
Yeah, but I'm just saying in the event that they didn't, like you were going to rock Mason Rudolph. Like, come on, bro. What are we doing? Like right now, Shedeur Sanders better than any quarterback on the Saints, better than any quarterback on the Colts, better than any quarterback on the Cleveland Browns. I'm trying to think of some bum ass quarterbacks. Okay, better than any quarterback on the Bills. No, I'm playing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, I'm playing. He's is that it? Yeah, that's it. So there's 3 teams. 3 teams where he's definitively better. Who's the Raiders quarterback? Gino. They got Gino. I'm sorry. Oh, and better than any quarterback on the Jets. For sure.
Maybe.
Stop playing with me now.
Maybe. I don't know.
Now. Hey, yo, they were
Justin Fields has won games.
Nah,
in the
they
NFL.
had Justin Fields taking the photo shoot, and somebody retweeted it. Somebody retweeted it and said they even got Justin Fields running the ball in the photo shoot because they had him with the ball up like that. But I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, it just makes me mad, bro. It really does make me mad. I can't get over it.
No, I'm totally agree with you. I think, to me, when I look at their quarterback situation, I think they should carry 3. I don't think Kenny Pickett should be there.
Am I missing something?
I wrote that the same thing. I'm the same. I think he's the odd man out.
Kenny Pickett better than any quarterback on the Saints. Kenny Pickett better than any quarterback on the Colts. Right there. Kenny Pickett better than any quarterback on the Jets. Like I'm
maybe Colts. I don't know.
So, but yo, how many rings Kenny Pickett got?
We're not doing that.
Hey, he played in February, bro.
Because Carson has a ring and he's looking for a job.
Who?
Your guy here.
Oh, he does got a ring.
Yeah, he's got a ring.
I forgot.
I know.
How many rings Wentz got? Damn, that's crazy. I never thought of that because I could have used that.
Oh, it doesn't.
Damn. Nah, he got us there. He got us there.
That's crazy. No, I'm with you though. I think Kenny Pickett's the odd man out, and yeah, I definitely think that Joe Flacco should be the starter.
Oh, come on, bro.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts. He's the best quarterback on the roster.
No, he is.
Yes, he is.
He's so good.
Joe
the Colts
Flacco,
that needed a quarterback got rid of him.
I mean, he's 40, bro. They wanted to turn the page.
That's what I'm saying.
They were going to give the reins to Anthony Richardson. So then they found Daniel Jones to step in there.
Come on, bro.
There you go.
Come on, man. You're looking at me like that because you know it's fine.
They got Joe Flacco is the best quarterback on the Browns. Yes, he is.
No,
it's not even a question. The fact that they haven't even announced that is insane to me.
You think 40-year-old Joe
Flacco? Yes. Joe Flacco could still sling it. The arm is still alive. Can he move? No. Is Joe Flacco? Bro. Listen, bro, you're talking. I'm not saying Joe Flacco's a top 10 quarterback, but Joe Flacco is better. He's a 32nd, at least the 32nd best quarterback in the league.
Why did the Colts get rid of him? The Colts need a fucking quarterback.
Because he's 41, bro. He's 40 years old. They want to look into the next direction.
Daniel Jones?
He's 6 years in. He's still young. They went the younger route. I can't disagree with that. Who cares? Joe Flacco's not their future. Why bring him back? Doesn't make any sense. Joe Flacco and Anthony Richardson are 2 opposite quarterbacks. At least Daniel Jones can run, and so can Anthony Richardson. They have something in common. They do.
You know, they are both equal assness.
There you go. But you didn't say the same for Joe Flacco. That ain't equal assness because Joe Flacco ain't ass. We ain't doing that. We ain't doing that. Joe Flacco's not ass. He's just old.
I love you, dog. For real.
Joe Flacco is not ass, bro. Don't do that.
Joe Flacco.
He led the Browns he led the fucking
2 years ago, Nick.
Yeah, he still did it at 38. Bro, I'm not saying Joe Flacco is a top 20 quarterback.
Nah, you going to war for Joey Flacco.
But what I'm saying is that he's the best quarterback on the Browns, bar none.
Come on, bro. I disagree, bro.
Oh my God. So one game of Shedeur Sanders in the preseason eclipse anything Joe Flacco has ever done.
No, I watched Shedeur in college. Shedeur is better than Joe Flacco.
We're talking about college. I'm talking about the NFL season, regular season, when teams are preparing for you to stop your offense.
I would feel better with a 23-year-old kid who just threw for 4,000 yards and 38 touchdowns in college coming in than I would about Joe Flacco, who's old enough to be Shedeur's father.
It's the same thing with the Colts, though, bro. If Shedeur goes in there and the Browns are fucking 1-10, they're not moving on. Shedeur's not coming back. But he's not coming back, bro.
Shedeur on the Colts is not going 1-10.
I'm saying Shedeur on the Browns.
Yeah.
I'm saying if he wins one game out of even just say 5 or 6, the rumblings are going to be so loud, it's going to be a media circus. Let Flacco go in there, see what the Browns can do competitively.
No.
And then you can turn the page to Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur and see what you got in both.
And I'm fine on that, but I don't think Joe Flacco is better than him already.
Joe Flacco right now is a better quarterback than Shedeur Sanders. I'm not saying Shedeur Sanders next year won't be better than Joe Flacco. We just don't know. But right now, I'm not going to sit here and say Shedeur Sanders is a better quarterback than Joe Flacco. He can't process the defense faster than fucking Joe. He cannot, bro. He cannot read a defense quicker than Joe. Joe has seen it. Joe has seen it. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I know Joe saw it all.
Do that,
Joe
bro.
saw it all last year. He got benched by the Colts.
He can read a defense quicker than Shedeur. There's nothing wrong with that. Shedeur's a rookie quarterback. Shedeur will get better. Right now, he's not better than Joe Flacco. I don't know what you're on.
Bro is going to war for Joe Flacco.
I'm not going to war for Joe, but I'm going to check you when you say some asinine shit.
No, that's not asinine shit.
That's asinine shit, bro. Come on.
Oh, my God, bro. Oh, my God.
Look, I think you're betting on Shedeur's trajectory, and I don't disagree. I think he can be a good quarterback. But right now, at this juncture, with one preseason game under his belt, he is not better than Joe Flacco. He's not. And that's no bullshit.
You cute, yo. You cute for real.
You're Shedeurable.
Yeah, you cute. I got to think of something now.
You're Shedeurable, bro.
Shedeurable. It's in my throat now. It hurt. It hurt because that was good. It hurt. All right, let's go on to let's do season award predictions. We're going to start out with the NFL MVP this year. I already know you're choosing Joe Flacco.
Go.
You got Flacco this year for MVP?
Nah, go.
All right, you sure?
Who's your MVP?
My MVP is Joe Burrow. And the only reason that I have Joe Burrow as the MVP is because the only way that team makes the playoffs this year, because that defense is so garbage that it got torn up by Tanner McKee. Their first team defense got torn up by Tanner McKee when they played the Birds. The only way for that team to make the playoffs is Joe Burrow has to go bananas. He has to outproduce what he did last year. And that's going to be hard to do because he was flawless last year for 90% of the year. But I think this year, I think Joe Burrow wins the MVP because I think he has narrative. I think that his wide receivers are signed. He's got an awesome running back. And I just for me, I just feel like this is the perfect time for Joe Burrow to get his first one. Perfect timing.
So for him to get to MVP, they just have to make the playoffs. No, whether they're 7 seed, they got to win division. Where's the bar here? At the bar.
That's a good question. I think if they make the playoffs, he could win MVP.
That's enough?
Yeah, because I think I'm dead serious. I said this to you. I don't even know. It might have been a few days ago. And I said that it was the last preseason game. And I said they're going to have to score 35 to 40 points a game to even be close because I think that defense is pathetic.
I like it.
So in my opinion, I know we're gonna go through our playoff seeds. I'm giving the Bengals the benefit of the doubt simply because of Joe Burrow.
Okay. That's
it, because I love Joe Burrow, but that team is gonna be, oh my God, that defense is so bad, dog.
I like it. I really do. I could see it too. It's the most popular pick, I believe, right? Is he the odds-on favorite or one?
No. It's Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen are tied. Joe Burrow is third. I actually love Jalen Hurts' odds. Jalen Hurts had really good odds, and I almost chose him.
It's like plus 2,000.
I think it was 2,200 when I looked this morning. Joe Burrow was plus 1,200, which I also think is great odds. But I think Jalen Hurts, the reason I didn't go Jalen Hurts is because I said before, I thought Jalen Hurts was going to have an MVP.
Yeah.
He'll have a bid. I still do think that. But I think what's going to haunt him is I think that right now, a lot of, and I'm seeing it from like a fantasy perspective also, I think a lot of people are really fucked up on this Saquon Barkley stuff. I don't know why people think that Saquon Barkley isn't going to have another monster year. I don't know what it is. Like people are saying, I don't understand it. Like they're acting like, I mean, the dude ran for 2 bands last year. And I feel like the way he's being talked about, like in fantasy terms and everything, like, oh, he's going to have a down year. And it's like, he's still going to have 1,800 in them things.
It's tough to replicate what he's done this previous year. That's kind of history in the running back position, though, in itself. You know what I mean? That's history talking. That's just more data.
But Saquon's going to tell his story and make his story.
Well, I like that. Well, my NFL MVP, I got Patrick Mahomes. I think the narrative around him this year is that he was dethroned as the top spot. I'm dead ass serious. I believe in legends. He's a legendary quarterback. And when legends have their back against the wall, they respond. And I think he's going to go out there this year. I think he's going to prove himself. I think he's going to assert himself as the proclaimed number 1 quarterback, because I think he's going to put up some great stats. I think he's going to have over 35 touchdowns. I think he's going to have low interceptions. I think he's going to take care of the football. And he's not going to have Rashee Rice, for a majority of the year. So I think that's going to play a factor into the narrative for him. And yeah, I think Patty Mahomes is set up for a monster season.
Bro, we drafted Patrick Mahomes in fantasy, and this dude is the biggest 15 fan of all time. Yeah. That is wild, bro.
No, I'm just calling like I see it. Like I really like him this year.
I love that pick because I think the Chiefs are going to be awesome.
I think people are sleeping on them.
They're sleeping on them.
Yeah,
bro.
I respect them. I've always respected them just because I think Josh Allen's a little bit better. I still respect Patrick Mahomes. He's a legend. And, when the Eagles beat Brady in the Super Bowl, Brady bounced back and won the Super Bowl the next year. Now, Mahomes has a chance to do that and replicate that. And I believe he's the kind of quarterback that can do that.
He's got to go through one first, but
I think he's the kind of quarterback that can absolutely do that. And I believe in him. I think he's an awesome player. I've never said he was a bad player. I've never said that. I just think the last couple of years, he wasn't the same. He
was hoeing.
I didn't see the same quarterback the last couple of years.
Well, no, that's fair. He wasn't.
And exactly. So yeah, I think he got pegged down a little bit, and I think he's about to rise up because everybody's remembering the Super Bowl, the ass whooping they got on the Super Bowl. You can't erase that in people's mind because that was the last game he played. Agreed. So the season going into the season, people are sleeping on him, and I think that's a mistake. The Chiefs kind of remind me of the Patriots. You're too old. You're this. You're that. You're washed. You're this. Travis Kelce. Everybody thinks he's washed. Everybody thinks he's old and he's over the hill. Well, I've seen that story before, and I'm not betting against that. So to me, I'm going to go with Patty Mahomes here, and I love my pick here. I really do.
With it. All right, offensive player of the year. I got Saquon Barkley. I think Saquon Barkley is going to approach 2 bands again, and I'm being dead serious. I don't give a fuck. I think people are crazy. The Eagles' offensive line is still there. Number 1 is still there. AJ is still there. Smitty is still there. Goddard's there. The defense is going to be good again. I don't understand what everybody's talking about with Saquon Barkley. I don't understand it. It's like I said, like we were talking about it. If you have the 2nd overall pick in fantasy, Nick, and Jamar Chase goes first, who do you take 2nd?
Probably Bijan.
Yeah, see, I don't understand that.
Why?
I don't understand it because I think that Saquon's better than Bijan. I think he's on a better offense. I think he's with a better head coach. He's in a better system. So I don't understand. Like, that's my thing. You thought about it and instantly went to Bijan. I'm not there, and I don't understand it.
Because Bijan catches a lot of passes. He's gonna get the volume through the air. So like I'm gonna get
catches.
Yeah, he does, but
not
not at the rate that Bijan does. Yeah. And I feel like they rely on that more in Atlanta than the Eagles.
You think they will with Michael Penix?
Absolutely, they're gonna rely on that. Yeah, he's a young quarterback. Take your check down.
Offs, yeah.
Take your check down.
Yeah.
But the Eagles don't really do that. The Eagles run the football. Like when they do screens, it's usually to the wide receivers. Or, sometimes they'll do a bubble screen to Saquon or whatever, what I mean? A play action or something, but a dump off. But like, it's very rare in the Eagles offense. Yeah. They used to do it a lot with Brian Westbrook, but that was his skill set. Like, awesome. I'm not saying Saquon can't do it. I think he can, but like, they also want to preserve him as well.
Westbrook's my favorite Eagles running back of all time.
But I think the Eagles want to preserve him too. Like, I think that, like, why do that? Like, why, you know what I mean? Like, why? I feel like Saquon's going crazy again this year. I think he's the Falcons go crazy. But I just think that the Falcons need Bijan more than the Eagles need Saquon to be Saquon. Like, because the Eagles have a lot more pieces and a lot and a better offensive line, a lot continuity there. Like, to me, I think the Eagles are set up for success regardless if Saquon runs for 100 yards or 20 yards. Yeah. But Bijan, he has to have a good game for them to even have a chance. I don't know. So I think Drake London's good. I might lean towards Bijan in terms of opportunities, just pure opportunities. Fair. I'm not saying he's a better back. I got you. Yeah. I think Saquon's the best in the game. I just like, for me with Saquon, man, I just feel like it's low. The buzz is low. Like the media members are talking about it. Like, oh, for the Eagles to be good, Saquon is going to have to replicate it, or he's not going to be able to replicate what he did last season. And it's like, all right, he doesn't run for 2, but he's going to run for 1,600. That's still damn good. Well, they got a hard-ass schedule, too. They're also playing that into a factor. That matters. Well, when you're playing against good defenses week in and week out, it could be tough, man. Well, the good news is if they shut down 26, we know what 1 can do. Well, there you go. think you shouldn't have any worries. It should be a good thing.
Oh,
you
no,
want them to shut down.
I ain't got no worries.
You should. You want teams to shut down Saquon.
Oh yeah, I do. I was waiting for the Chiefs to do it.
In fact, it actually helps your case.
Yes,
exactly.
Because I'm telling you,
you want to see it more.
We're coming.
I want to see it more.
Yes.
There we go.
More.
Let's go.
Okay, your offensive player of the year now, Nick.
I got Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's one of the best pure running backs in the game. With his running, catching, blocking, like he honestly does it all. He rushed for 1,400 yards last year, and he was splitting time with David Montgomery. I think he's going to own a little bit more this year. I think he's going to have more opportunities in the pass game. This guy's a monster. This guy is for real. I think he could be arguably be the best running back in the game. Like, just when you watch him, he's lightning fast. He runs hard. He's one of the best pure players in the game. I'm gonna go Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he has a fantastic year.
Jahmyr Gibbs, I like that pick. I do. Defensive player of the year, I got Myles Garrett. Got his money, and he's the only bright spot on that team. He's the only bright spot on that team because I think the Cleveland Browns are going to have even more shit to worry about come November when Deshaun Watson's what's it called? Eligible to play.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do there? You're paying him all that money. You're just going to ride the bench?
Yeah, well, I wonder what happens with that. I mean, I guess
at that point you got 5 quarterbacks.
Well, Shedeurable be gone, cuz that's just no cap. That's just no bullshit. Well, who do you cut? You can't, right? Fuck it.
No. I was thinking because I was agreeing with you in a sense. It would be Shedeur off the block because again though, but it's fucking asinine. It's crazy. Sitting here talking about Joe Flacco. He's 70 years old. He's going through OTAs with a fucking cane. It's unbelievable. I don't understand it.
But he's still the best quarterback on their roster right now.
Who's your defensive player of the year, bro?
I got Nick Bonito. His value is actually at plus 3,500. I dug in the crates for this one, bro. I think this is excellent value. I swear. He started 15 games last year for the Broncos. He finished with 13 and a half sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery, a pick 6. And I just predict that this is going to be the first time ever in NFL history where the defensive player of the year came from the same team, but a different player. Because last year Surtain won it,
yeah.
And now this year Bonito is going to win it. And I really think that he's going to win this year. I think he's a star on that Broncos defense. Broncos defense is projected to be the best defense in the league, and just like they were last year, they were a top unit. And I think that they're going to get more recognition this year. And I think that he's going to shine. And I think he's going to put up 17 and a half sacks and secure NFL Defensive Player of the Year.
Love it. NFL Coach of the Year, I got Liam Cohen. Because I think the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to win that division. I think they're going to win about 11 games. I think they're going to make the playoffs. And I think that team, I think the Jaguars are an up-and-coming team. They got Travis Hunter. They got BTJ. You treat that shit like a BTC. Could be down next week. Could be up this week. And I'm just I'm really high on the Jags this year, bro. But I had 1A, 1B because my second choice that I was between was him and Nick Sirianni. Because I think Nick Sirianni has a lot of momentum to win it because he's coming off the Super Bowl. If they follow that up with a 13-4 season again after going 14-3 last year, you have a new offensive coordinator again for the 6th season in a row, and your offense is humming. You're averaging 30 points a game, 35 points a game, whatever. I feel like it's all there for Nick Sirianni to do it and put a stamp on his respect. But my actual choice is Liam Cohen because I think Duval is going to be coming out this year.
I like that a lot. It's a good pick. I'm going to go with Mike Vrabel. The Patriots were 4-13 back-to-back seasons. That's not like the New England Patriots that we all know. They were a disaster at the quarterback position, defense, and overall talent in that time frame. I think the Patriots actually this year, they make a wild card push. I think Mike Vrabel is absolutely one of the best head coaches in the NFL. Period. End of story. I think Mike Vrabel is one of them coaches that can build a culture in an offseason, and because he commands respect. I think the players are going to buy in into what he believes, and I think the Patriots are gonna be a tough football team. I don't think they're going to be a pushover like they were in the last couple of seasons, like I said. And I like the addition of Stephon Diggs and what they've done in the offseason. I think the Patriots, for me, are the most prime team to be one of the worst teams to the playoffs. I think they have the best shot.
I love that. I love that.
So I'm going to go
I
Mike
think the
Vrabel.
Patriots. I think the Patriots are going to be. They're going to be hell this year.
Mhm.
They're going to be good, man. If Drake May, and I think Drake May is going to have a good season with Josh McDaniels. I love the Patriots, man, because I don't think Mike Vrabel is about the bullshit.
Nah,
He's not with that.
they're going to
dude.
buy in.
And they're going to be a team.
They're going to buy
They're
in.
going to be held accountable. All of that.
Yep.
So that's where I'm at with that. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I have Tet McMillan. I think he's going to ball, bro. I'm dead serious. I think he is going to ball in Carolina. I love him this year. He's a certified one. He's going to be a target hog. You got Chuba who could run a little bit. Bryce Young was doing well last year to end the season. I feel like Tet McMillan is the wide receiver from the rookie class this year that pops.
I like that. Awesome. I got Travion Henderson. I mean, obviously he has a lot of buzz coming into the season, but like, man, when you watch him play between the tackles, he's running through people and he's lightning fucking fast. He can catch passes like a wide receiver. The Patriots got a home run in this draft. I think they might have gotten a goddamn steal. I believe in this kid. I think he's the next big thing in New England in terms of running the football. I think he's one of them players that could do it all. I think Ramondre Stevenson's days are long gone, buddy.
He can't even hold on to
He can't. He's got a fumbling problem. And if Travion Henderson can hold on to the football and not have those issues, this is his job to keep for the entire season. And I think he's awesome. I think he's primed for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Love it. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I got Abdul Carter. I think that's a pretty easy one. I think if you don't pick Abdul Carter, it's one of those like dart throws of who you could do. But I think Abdul Carter is going to be a product of a vicious front seven. And I just feel like, bro, like you see it on camera. You see it when you watch the game. Like he's no joke.
Yeah, I'm with you.
No joke. He's for real.
I'm with you. I got the same thing. Abdul Carter. I think he's gonna be a wrecking machine. I think the Giants landed a cornerstone defensive player for the next 8 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, if contract situations go well, but
you got Brian Burns there.
Yeah,
you got
they're loaded,
Thibodeau.
man.
And Kayvon Thibodeau is kind of like iffy, but I feel like now with the arrival of Abdul Carter and Brian Burns, they'll be able to work with him to get him to reach his potential.
Absolutely. I like that a lot.
Comeback player of the year. I got CMC. If he's healthy, he's comeback player of the year. And to me, it's hands down, bro. Because now that whole wide receiver core is injured. Somebody's got to get the ball. It's Kittle or CMC.
Yeah.
Or I guess Pearsall, you could say, but I'm in with CMC this year. I think CMC is a bounce back year.
I'm different on this one. I got Aiden Hutchinson. He was on pace last year to become NFL Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, he had 7.5 sacks in 5 games before getting injured. I think he's going to bounce back to an elite level. I think it'll take some time to get, his comfort level and doing certain moves and real live action. But I think he's going to be a wrecking machine for Detroit again. And yeah, I think he's the NFL Comeback Player of the Year.
Shit.
You good?
Sorry. I fucking just exited out of all my shit.
Oh shit.
All right, cool. All right, let's do our NFC seeds. Start at 7 and go to 1. You first.
NFC? I want you to go first.
Why?
Because I want to see what you got.
All right. Pause. All right. At number 7, we got the Falcons. At number 6, I got the Commanders. At number 5, I got the 49ers. At number 4, I got the Rams. At number 3, I got the Buccaneers. Number 2, I got the Packers. And number 1, I got the Eagles. I got the Lions missing the playoffs. I got the Vikings missing the playoffs. I almost was going to put the Panthers in that 7th seed, but I don't trust them yet. But I think the Panthers will be fighting for that 7th seed along with the Falcons, the Vikings, and the Lions.
Interesting.
I think that's going to be really, really jumboed out there.
Interesting on the Falcons. You changed your tune on them.
I did, because I think that in their division, like the reason I was between the Falcons and the Panthers was because outside of Tampa Bay, it's basically going to be the Falcons and the Panthers fighting with each other. Could Tampa Bay slip up? Yeah, but I don't see it because I think Baker Mayfield is a good quarterback and they have a lot of continuity there. But I'm off the Saints completely. I think the Saints are going to be the worst team in the league. So one of those two teams is going to do it. And honestly, it was a spur of the moment thing where I picked the Falcons because I had the Panthers written in there.
Wow. I'm shocked by that. All right. Let's go to mine. I got number 7. I got the LA Rams. It's hard to picture a playoff scenario where they don't make it. There's too much talent there.
You have them at 7? Wow.
I got them at 7. Number 6, I got the Detroit Lions. Number 5, I got the Commanders. 4, I got Green Bay. 3, San Francisco 49ers. 2, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and number 1, I got the Eagles.
Smart man.
I think the Eagles, despite the schedule, I think they remain the best team in the NFL, regardless. And I'm not going to bet against a team that's that loaded. Look, could the Eagles fuck around and slip up and not win and not get the number 1 seed? Absolutely. I could see Tampa Bay snagging it, the 1 seed. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, we're going to clip this in a couple months. I could see Tampa Bay absolutely taking that 1 seed. I think Tampa Bay is the one team that is going to give Philly problems just because of their offense. Just because that offense is going to be really fucking good.
Now we got Guantanamo Bay.
But they got loaded wide receivers. They don't have just one wide receiver. They got like 3 or 4 of them things. And Baker's been playing elite ball since he got to Tampa. And they can run the football with Bucky Irving. He can catch out of the backfield. They got Cade Otton in the middle. Like they got weapons, bro. Like
the Bucs are, the
Bucs are for real. The Bucs are for real. And I think that to me, like, if they were the 1 seed, I would not be shocked. I'm only going to give the 1 seed the Eagles because out of due respect, and they're the best roster in the entire NFL. Period. End of story.
I'm with you. All right, let's go to the AFC. All right, at number 7, I got the Bengals. I think they sneak in because of Joe Burrow's brilliance and an MVP-like performance all season, because that is the only way that team makes the playoffs, because their defense is fucking pathetic. At number 6, I got the Steelers. You can't go wrong with AR8. We're making the fucking playoffs. Number 5, I got the Chargers. I still believe in Jim Harbaugh. I think he's one of the best coaches in the NFL. And Justin Herbert, I keep getting told that he's a fucking top quarterback. Yeah, you got to make the playoffs. Back-to-back seasons, and then not throw 4 picks in it and then told me you're a top 5 quarterback. Weird shit happening over there. Number 4, I got the Jaguars. Duval. We're coming. At number 3, I got the Bills. Got the Bills with Josh Allen. And number 2, I got the Chiefs with Patty, because I think they're going to be fucking awesome this year. I'm with you on that. And at number 1, I got the Ravens, because what they added with Jair Alexander. I think that's a big add for them on the defensive side of the ball. I think their defense comes in how they finished last year. I don't think that it's going to be the way it was last year, where they come in doing weird shit.
Okay, got it. I got at my 7. I got New England Patriots. I think they sneak in. I think that's how Mike Vrabel wins the offense coach of the year.
He will win coach of the year if they make the playoffs.
And I think that's what's going to happen. That's why I have him in there. I got the Patriots at 7. I think they sneak in. I think they give teams hell. Number 6, I got the LA Chargers. Number 5, I got the Denver Broncos. I think Denver is going to be for real. I think they're going to be one of those teams that nobody's going to really want to play in the playoffs, because they could play really good defense. And they also have Sean Payton calling plays on the offensive side of the ball. So to me, I think the Broncos are a scary combination for a playoff team. Number 4, I got Houston Texans. I got them win division. 3, I got the Baltimore Ravens. Number 2, I had the Kansas City Chiefs. And number 1, I got the Buffalo Bills. The Buffalo Bills are favored in every game. All the hard games are at home. It's hard to not see them get the 1 seed here. If they don't get the 1 seed, I would be shocked, just because they have everything at their disposal. They're not traveling as much. All their hard games are home. I just feel like, to me, like they have the layup to get the 1 seed this year, and they need it. This is where they can actually use it to their advantage.
I agree with you. I think it's very important. And Josh Allen's never had a 1 seed.
Correct.
So it would be really nice for them to get a week off, freshen up, and then get going. And then maybe with Sean McDermott, if he has an extra week to prepare, maybe he could come up with like a competent game plan,
right?
So that doesn't all fall on his quarterback. Who do you have for the NFC Championship game, or do you want me to go on that?
Well, I'm going to go through the wild card round and the divisional round. So I had the Bucs beating the Vikings. I had the Niners beating the Lions. I had the Packers beating the Commanders. And then divisional round, I had the Eagles. After their bye week, they're going to play Green Bay. They're going to spank Green Bay. The Bucs are going to beat the Niners and advance to the NFC title game. That was the team that I was talking about, the Niners or the Bucs. It's one of those teams that I think are going to go to the NFC Championship game, and I really believe that. I think San Francisco is slept on. I think San Francisco has a schedule that will cater to them in terms of seeding and them winning the division, because I think their schedule is pretty cupcake, and I believe that the Niners are better than a lot of those teams that they're playing. And yeah, I mean, look, the Niners have weird injuries and shit like that, but to me, I think the Niners are being slept on. And it's one of those teams with Tampa and the Niners that go to the title game. But I have the Bucs beating the Niners to enter to NFC title game. So I have the Eagles. I have Tampa Bay at Philly.
I have Tampa Bay at Philly for the NFC Championship game.
Wow.
I have Tampa Bay at Philly.
Interesting.
Yep. I have the same exact thing. Eagles over the Bucks. Because Jalen going to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years now, baby.
The game would scare me, but
it would scare you, but I gotta do it again. When I roll out here with this dude in a big game, I know what's coming.
I know. I hear you. And
you know that too as an Eagles fan.
But I feel like playing Baker in the playoffs could be annoying. And I feel like
it's a win-win for me. I'm still rooting for Jalen, but if there's somebody that I would root my balls off for in a game of that magnitude, it's Baker Mayfield.
Oh yeah,
you know that, bro.
I think they're set up for success this year, man.
I swear to God, if Baker Mayfield makes a Super Bowl, Palante, if you watching right now, you probably not. He's coming on here for a month straight, and we're going to talk about Baker Mayfield and Kyler Murray.
We have to. That would be a must.
He's got so much explaining to do.
That'd be a long explanation.
Yeah, it's my guy, but it's going to be a long. Yeah,
it'll be a long pod.
I'm going to start it out. It's going to be episode like 301. Floor is yours.
Floor is yours.
That's what it's going to be.
Oh, shit.
All right. In the AFC Championship game, I got Lamar getting over the hump over the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs return to the Super Bowl, although I would love it because Rocky 3, we will bust their ass. You saw what happened to Clubber in Rocky 3, and one would do that. But I got the Ravens going to the Super Bowl finally. Lamar Jackson gets over the hump. And then me and you were going to have a long conversation in episode 301.
All right. Well, look, to me, I got the wild card round. I got the Chiefs to beat the Patriots in the first round.
Okay.
I got the Ravens beating the Chargers, wild card.
Okay.
And I got the Broncos beating the Texans.
Okay.
So now we got the Bills, we got the Ravens, the Chiefs, and the Broncos. I think the Bills will beat the Broncos for the second straight season.
They beat the shit out of them in that playoff game.
And I think the Chiefs beat the Ravens. I think they just find a way.
In the divisional round?
They just find a way.
Damn.
They find the fucking way. Now, the Chiefs, the AFC title game, it's the Chiefs at Buffalo this time.
Which is important.
This is important.
Yeah.
This is important. And that's where I'm going to end it. And then we'll talk about who's going to go to the Super Bowl. Who do you got in the Super Bowl?
I got the Eagles over the Ravens, and you know who the MVP is. It's going to be one, baby. Some Jalen fucking Hurts back-to-back. Super Bowl MVP, 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. And I'll tell you what, when Jalen enters the 2026 season, he will be the second best quarterback in football with 2 Super Bowl wins in 3 tries and 2 Super Bowl MVPs in 3 tries. He actually should have 3 Super Bowl MVPs if we're keeping it all the way 1,000. But I cannot wait for that fucking conversation come February.
All right. You done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do it, please.
What I'm about to predict right now, I should 100% meet Josh Allen after this. We have to meet just one day, him and I.
You gonna have a meet and beat?
I just want to just dap him up and say, dog, you're one of them. You're one of them. And I've been on that fucking train and I ain't coming off. The Bills will beat the Chiefs this year in Buffalo in the AFC title game because it's the last season. This is it. This is the last season in Buffalo in that stadium. They're getting a new stadium next year. They're going out with a fucking bang. That is what is going to happen. I believe the Buffalo Bills are going to do it this year. There ain't no more excuses, bro. I don't care. If I believe in the player, I'm betting on him to go all the way because I believe he can, and I believe he will.
I'm so
JA-17 is going to the Super Bowl.
So proud of you. He finally did it, bro.
JA-17 is going and get it done this year. And I don't think it's going to take a heroic effort. I think it's going to be a team effort. And I think when they play the Chiefs in Buffalo, I don't think it's going to be as close as people think. I think Buffalo's going to win, and I think they're going to win handily just because they're going to get their lick back finally.
They're going to put paws on them?
They're going to finally beat them. They're going to finally do it.
Now, let me just ask you a question.
Go.
If the Chiefs wind up winning that game, how do you feel? I'm being honest. I'm not even. I'm partially trolling. Like 25% of me is trolling because I can't help myself. But the other 75%, I'm being dead serious.
What's the ending? Is it another 13-second game?
No. It ends just like last year. Josh Allen, with 3 minutes left, got the ball in his hands. He only gets 17 yards when he could have drove down the field and gave him the lead or tied it.
But then he's not number one.
Okay. Now, flip side. Jalen Hurts wins the Super Bowl and wins MVP. Where does he enter as a quarterback next year?
I still don't believe he would be better than. I don't think he's better than Josh Allen.
And with that, guys, we're going to see you next Tuesday live at 8 p.m.
I just that's stupid. I don't believe that to be true. Like I don't think anybody if all 32 teams had a draft pick, they're not taking Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen. That's just real shit.
If he wins Super Bowl and wins Super Bowl MVP,
depends on how he wins. If he throws for 40 touchdowns and he won Super Bowl and Super Bowl MVP and he was mowing people down with a hard schedule, you got to tip your cap, bro. You got it. You're him.
I feel like there's so much, like every quarterback for so many different reasons has so much to gain. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Jalen Hurts have so much to gain. They have so much to gain.
Yeah, I know.
Jalen Hurts wins a Super Bowl, he's in the Hall of Fame. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, they're in the Hall of Fame either way. But if they win a Super Bowl, now you can make a legitimate argument that either one of them is better than Patrick Mahomes.
I don't know, man. I'm kind of leaning towards the side that they have to win a Super Bowl to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, hell no.
I know. Because the bar is so low, I agree with you. But like, I feel like when you're talking Hall of Fame, man, like, yeah, you had MVP seasons, but like I said, I believe Hall of Fame is long-term, longevity. How long were you good for? You were an MVP for a couple of seasons, yeah, but did you go to the Super Bowl? Did you win a Super Bowl? Did you uplift that team? Like, I don't know. I definitely think they fit the criteria, but I don't know, man. I'm on that wave. Like Super Bowls matter. Though.
I do love your analysis too on it's the final year in that stadium.
Final year, bro. They're going out with a bang.
Josh Allen can't walk out there holding an L.
He can't.
He can't do it, bro.
I don't see it.
He can't do it.
I don't see it.
Ooh, but I'm gonna laugh my balls off if he do.
I don't see it, and I think it's going to be the Bills and the Eagles in the Super Bowl.
And
I do. I think that would be fucking awesome.
I'll tell you what. If it's Bills and Eagles, and where's the Super Bowl this year? Where's the Super Bowl this year? Because they better make sure that they got infrastructure to handle those two fan bases. Bills and Eagles.
Where is it at?
Bro, can you imagine the tailgate leading up to that?
I don't know where it's at. Do you know where
I think it was in San Francisco.
San Francisco?
I don't know why.
Oh, this is the 2026 Super Bowl.
Yeah, Levi Stadium.
Yeah, Levi Stadium.
Yeah.
Wow, that would be a home. I mean, look, the Niners have a lot to play for. I mean, they can have a home Super Bowl.
Well, look, that's definitely not going to happen. But in the event that it does,
I just saying, though.
In the event that it does, I'll be so happy to root for Spencer Burford because we can get him back on this motherfucker
facts.
and host a
Absolutely.
Super Bowl champion. Well, we already had a Super Bowl champion, but I would love to host Spencer Burford on there.
So, who's winning the Super Bowl?
I already told you.
Oh, you got Josh Allen. Josh Allen. You got Jalen Hurts winning back-to-back Super Bowl MVPs.
Yes.
All right.
What have I always said about when you have one? What is that?
Well, I'm about to. This is what I'm about to say.
This is unbelievable. He just
Josh.
me. Now, Phil, you hear this shit? I asked you a simple question, bro. When you have one, what is possible?
Anything.
All things.
All things. All things are possible. Well, I think when you have 17, all things are even more possible. And I think that the Buffalo Bills will beat the Eagles in dramatic fashion in the Super Bowl. I think the Bills will get their first Super Bowl win in their franchise history. And I think listen to me. I think this is going to be Josh Allen's one and only Super Bowl. I think after he wins one, I don't think he's going to win again.
Real? What?
Just a hunch.
Why?
I don't think the Bills are like.
Because you think they're going to extend Dermott and then just try and ride Josh. Would you ride Josh?
What? What's wrong with you, bro?
Hold on,
I think this is it. I think Josh Allen wins Super Bowl MVP. I think he caps off what he's been wanting to do for years now, and he beat the Chiefs. And I feel like getting into the Super Bowl, I think, is what his ultimate goal was. But I don't think he's overlooking who his opponent will be in the Eagles. And fun fact too, Josh Allen never beat the Eagles.
I know. You can't fuck with one.
Listen, it's different. But I'm just saying, you're an idiot. You are an absolute idiot.
I can't help myself.
I think there's a first for everything. That's what this year is about. First for everything. I like that. That's my theme this year. There's a first for everything.
Oh
and that's it for Mr. 17. He's going to get his Super Bowl MVP, and he's going to show why he's the best player in the world.
Okay.
Not even quarterback, player
Okay.
in the world.
But Jalen Hurts wins 2 of them things, and it's
Well, because I don't think Josh is. Look, if you look at the Bills roster, everybody said it's top to bottom. It's one of the best rosters. When I look at their wide receiving core, I don't see that.
I'm with you on that. I've said that a million times.
I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to look for a cop out or excuse for Josh Allen. I'm calling what it is, dog.
No,
we just had a fantasy draft. Josh Allen went for $50 in an auction with $250 budget. His wide receivers, Keon Coleman and Shakir, went for a total of $5 combined. You heard that right. $5 combined. Keon Coleman went for $1. Shakir went for $4. That doesn't make any sense to me. So to me, it's like, okay, we know the Bills lack talent on the wide receiver spot.
Oh, yeah, with ease.
So to me, it's like, yeah, like I don't know, man.
I'm with you. We got a question, though, from Rebecca Adams. How do you think the Chicago Bears will do on their new coach, Ben Johnson? I'm iffy on that, to be honest. I thought they had a great showing, and I thought Ben Johnson was really smart because Caleb Williams drove them right down the fucking field. It looked pretty. He got the ball out of his hands quickly. He made precise, accurate throws. It looked like the Lions of last year, using the tight ends and everything, and then he got his ass right out of the fucking game because he wanted to keep his confidence high. Like, yo, I can still play this game at a high level. I thought, to be honest, I thought Chicago was going to be ass. I don't know where I am with Chicago.
I'll be honest with you, Rebecca. I think the Chicago Bears are going to be ass. I think that it's a preseason game. He looked good. He looked good, but they're not preparing for Caleb Williams and then offense. They're just playing very vanilla defense as much as they can. They're not going to show their stuff. They're not going to show what defense they're in before the season. They're not doing any of that stuff. This is all vanilla plays. I ain't buying into any of the preseason stock. It's one draft. It's one drive in the preseason. And to me, I don't know. I'm not buying into that like as much as everybody else is. And I think Chicago is a work in progress. I will say that. I think they have potential to be very good. But to me, I think they're a work in progress.
I do too. But Ben Johnson looks like an animal. He looks like he could command the room at the podium and all that. He does look like he knows his shit. Mark Stewart said Williams can't handle pressure. I'm the same way, Mark. I'm the same way. Like I'm not a Caleb Williams guy. I never was. I don't believe in him. And I just like, for me, when I watch Caleb, dude, I just think it's a lot of like, I don't know, man. I was really turned off last year.
Ethan says, I think the Lions going to be mid.
That's my cousin.
You've been on that wave.
My cousin knows ball.
Oh, you've been on that wave. You got your takes from him?
Yeah. You crazy, man. Me and Ethan talk. Markster, how can you not get Allen a true number one?
Facts.
Ridiculous. That's facts. We say it all the time. It's crazy. Brian, Josh Allen got that ligma nuts.
Brian says Commanders, though. What's the Commanders? What do you mean?
What about the Commanders?
Elaborate on the Commanders, though.
I think the Commanders, if you want.
Oh, okay. He wants to talk about Commanders.
We could talk about them real fast. Honestly, I have the Commanders. I had them as the 6th seed. Very weary about that pick. I think there's a lot of bullshit going on with Terry McLaurin. And I think that if Jaden Daniels in his second year doesn't have Terry McLaurin, I think that's a problem because I don't think Deebo Samuel could do shit be that impactful as him, I would say. They're the oldest team in the league. I don't know if their defense is going to hold up. Last year, I mean, we saw this stat from Twitter. Last year, they played a lot of shit teams.
Are they the oldest team in the league?
Yeah, they're like 32 years old, I think, is their average age.
You think that's a flaw?
Yeah, it can be. It can be when you're average age. I mean, you're tight end, you're rocking Zach Ertz.
I mean,
Zach Ertz, he's still serviceable, but he's not like a.
I would think they have a lot of wisdom in that locker room.
You do have wisdom, but sometimes you don't need wisdom. You need some youth.
Sure.
And you do have youth at your quarterback, but you don't have your wide receiver one. You don't have Terry McLaurin, dude. That's a big hole.
He'll be back. I don't think.
Well, they said that it's $28 million. It was the number they're offering him.
28 mil?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that? 2 million less than DK.
Yeah, he's worth DK money.
But are you really going to stress about 2 million?
He will, because it's principal.
Because if it's long term, you got security. Like if you got 2 years, I don't know what, fucking 87 million, you're going to cry about it? or 84 million.
They will, because they're looking at their counterparts saying like, I'm better than him. I'm better than him.
But it's also team structure. Like, yo,
Yeah.
he's also like, yo, we got to pay this guy. We got to pay that guy. Like, do you want to be part of a winning organization?
You have to pay Terry McLaurin now because Jaden Daniels is on his rookie contract. And in 2 or 3 years, you don't think Jaden Daniels is going to be wanting $65 million? Hell yeah, he is, if he's anything. But I think the Commanders are Commanders are going to fight this year. To me,
it's like the less money you take, the more you help the organization if you want to win.
I know that, but
like you're talking about $2 million in the grand scheme, bro. Like I'm just talking about $2 million. Like, I mean, if that can help them sign Jaden Daniels for a long-term deal, and I have stability at the quarterback position where I can have a Hall of Fame career and get another contract even after my contract that I'm about to sign. To me, you're betting on the team long-term to help you get another contract.
The only problem is, bro, is that I thought like my thing is with what were you just saying right before that? It was
like, bro, to me, asking for a trade is kind of
Terry McLaurin's 30. This is his last contract, so he wants to cash in.
I would disagree with that.
This is his last lucrative contract.
Maybe Cooper Kupp got a decent amount. He's 32.
Yeah, but you know how it is in football, bro. You know how it is.
I get it.
So this is probably
Mike Evans.
That's the way he's.
Mike Evans got bread.
Yeah, Mike Evans is a legend, though.
I mean, Terry's pretty good too.
No, I know that. I'm rationalizing. I'm speaking out loud. Allow me to speak. Allow me to think.
The contracts are all about ego. Mark Stewart. I mean, I totally disagree. Absolutely. I mean,
you're looking at DK Metcalf like, oh, I'm better than DK Metcalf. I need to be on par with him. I'm better than him. I want to be paid more than him. I think a lot because what
it's a waiting game.
Jamar Chase though said it perfect. He said, if I beat Justin, when I beat Justin Jefferson, I don't want to beat him by 1 million. I want to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah.
He said that verbatim. So I feel like that's how that goes.
That is ego driven.
A lot of ego. Absolutely.
I totally agree.
Why do you think Michael Parsons wants to be the highest paid defensive end in football? He thinks he earned it. Yeah, but he wants to get more than TJ Watt and more than that. Trey Hendrickson? He's making 21 or 24 million this year. That's more than enough, but he wants to be paid at the top.
Well, he just wants a long-term extension too.
Yeah. But a lot of it,
security matters for people because they have families and shit like that. Like, you think about that, man. You know what I mean? Like he's got a whole family like he has to take care of. So to me, it's like, yeah, that matters, man. Like long-term security absolutely matters.
Yeah.
If I know I'm guaranteed to be in Cincinnati for the next 4 years and I'm making awesome money, I don't have to move my kids out of school. I don't have to move. I don't have to do any of that bullshit. Absolutely, I'll sign back. I'll take fucking $3 million less to do that fucking headache.
It's not the way they think.
I know, but to me, you know, I don't know. I don't know. Cincinnati's just stupid. Cincinnati is playing Madden.
So I was just about to say that.
Like dead ass. They're playing Madden, bro. Like you got a quarterback and 2 wide receivers, and then you have no money left in the cap.
Yeah.
Like, what are you going to do with your defense? You're going to have to hope you hit draft picks to help that side of the ball. That's the only way out of it. Yeah, you may be able to sign a free agent or 2 on that side of the ball, but how impactful is that free agent going to be when you already tied up all the money into the offense?
The other problem is that that Joe Burrow's brilliance and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase's brilliance, they're going to be in contention. They were in contention last year. So yeah, it's not like you're getting high draft picks. You're going to be getting draft picks in the 20s. The teens that you need to hit on your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th rounders. That's where you need to find people. That's what they need to do. And that's their only way out of this shit.
Look, I just don't think that it's going to be – I don't think that the Bengals are going to automatically just walk on the field and start scoring 35, 40 points. I just don't think the NFL works like that. I don't think they're going to do that. And I think that Cincy's defense, along with that all not clicking the way it's going to be, it has to be perfect. Yeah. There ain't no fucking body perfect in the NFL season. There's nothing, bro. Like you drive in and drive out. Cincinnati's going to have a lot of pressure to absolutely score points on every single drive because their defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like Joe Burrow last year was damn near perfect.
That's a bad recipe, dude.
Yeah.
That's a recipe for disaster. It's a recipe to lose confidence in the organization as a whole and as a team. Like it's just, I think Cincinnati smells like shit this year. I am so off this team.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in the same boat.
I don't think they make the playoffs. I think they're a popular pick for everybody to have them in the playoffs because of that core. But it ain't Madden, bro. It's just not Madden. You can't just sign 3 players and automatically fucking put them out there and expect to win. It's not fantasy. Like, it's not.
Yeah.
You need defensive players. You got to have good special teams. You got to have good defense. You got to have a good offensive line. Like, They don't have any of that.
They abandoned the whole team and just said, "Give me Joe Burrow," and then what's going to happen in 2 years with Chase Brown?
But like to me, I've said this before, I blame Joe Burrow, bro. Like, look at the structure of your team. I got Jamar Chase for a record amount. He broke the bank. So did I. Okay, now how much money do we have left? We need to get defense. I can score with Chase. I could score with Gesicki. I could score with Chase Brown.
Yoshavash.
I could score. Yeah,
he's good.
Yoshavash. I could score with these guys, right? So my thing is like, why do you need T. Higgins? Like you didn't need him. You didn't need him. That's my biggest beef with Cincinnati, and I think that their organization got bullied by their star player, and that's it. Because if he requested a trade, Cincinnati would be in shambles.
I agree with you, Mark. I think the Steelers are better than Cincy. As a complete team, I do.
As a complete team, yes.
Because look, their offense can't fuck with Cincinnati's offense, but the gap between those two defenses is.
But they got Ramsey, they got Porter, like
that's what I'm saying. The gap between the Steelers defense and the Bengals defense it's massive.
Like they have impactful players on both sides of
Ramsey,
the football. Right.
Joey Porter Jr., and Darius Slay will be able to hold their own with them, and then they'll be able to. Not shut them down, but they will be able to limit. Like they will keep it. Yes, they will keep it to where Aaron Rodgers, you got to give us some. I believe
get in the end zone against Cincinnati, and I think we could beat them because I think we could play a bend don't break kind of style defense,
correct.
Just like the Patriots used to do. They used to give up a lot of yards, but as soon as the red zone came in, they put clamps on teams, and that's where they only got 3 points or 0 due to a turnover. But that's the kind of style that they got to play.
Yeah, I agree too, Brian. Since he will be in shootouts every game, if they don't score enough, they lose. That's what I'm saying. If that team's not putting up 35, 38 points a week, they're dead. They're dead.
I for a whole season, it doesn't work like that.
Tanner McKee tore them apart.
Yeah, well, he's a good quarterback.
But I'm just saying, bro, like he's a backup.
On the Eagles.
On the Eagles, dog. And he tore them apart. It was easy.
I know. He's that good. I think that Cincinnati's defense is that bad, and I think that Tanner McKee is good. So I think it was a combination of both, honestly. Yeah. But I think Cincinnati's defense is a big trouble, man. I just think that's going to hold them back, and I don't have them in the playoffs. I don't. I really fucking don't.
It's gonna be quick. There's gonna be a lot of conversations about
Joey B. Yeah, I mean, man, we're holding on to this Super Bowl appearance a little too hard. You know, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, it was the only year he made a Super Bowl. His defense was top 10 that year.
It would be interesting because there's a lot of people that think Burrow's better than Mahomes. There's a lot of people that think Burrow's better than Lamar, better than Allen. I mean, people think that.
I think he's the best quarterback in the league, strictly from the pocket.
Pocket, yes.
That's it.
Correct.
But
how do we? But yeah, I mean, you're judging based on talent. I'm judging you. We have to judge based off results too.
Correct. That's why I'm talking about one.
Right. It's a combination of
I feel you. 100%.
And that's where I'm always at. I always lean on that. Like you have to have the stats and you also have the hardware.
You can see it with your eyes. Then you compare your hardware, and then you get into the stats, and the hardware are what support your eye test.
Well, the hardware, supports what I'm watching. Like if this guy's throwing for 40 touchdowns and he won a Super Bowl, well, I expect that.
Yes.
Like that's an expectation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's again, this is not a Jalen Hurts conversation.
I got you. Yeah.
But that is the exact
problem with Jalen Hurts.
On the media perspective.
Yes.
On him. Like he had 18 touchdowns and he won a Super Bowl, won Super Bowl MVP. I think you're looking at it, you're like, man, Joe Burrow threw for 41 touchdowns. So did Lamar. So did Baker. And they didn't sniff that success. But they're better than Jalen Hurts. But everybody, like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole confusion about that. It gets really, really weird.
That's why I said, like,
it gets weird.
But for me, man, like, I break it down very simple. If I can see you play in February, that's where I judge you. I just got to see you play in February, man. That's it. Like, when I see Jalen Hurts, I see 2, 4, 24.
Right, but not everybody has the opportunity.
I know.
Like Jalen Hurts has.
Correct.
Because I mean, look, the Eagles are a great team. It's not taking away from Jalen Hurts.
He's in a stable organization.
It's not taking away from him at all.
Yeah.
But again, it comes down to the stats thing. It does. It definitely does. It matters.
Oh yeah, it does.
The Eagles are limited, when the Eagles after the bye week decided that they were going to throw under 24 times a game, That right there told you everything.
I hate that though. I do hate that narrative because I think
I
that's
hate the narrative too because Saquon was lightening up and there's nothing you could do but get him the football.
But
I understand that.
But my thing is that was also done in other things. Like after Stephon Diggs, after the offensive coordinator for the Bills at the time, what was his name, man? I can't think of what it was. Not Leslie Frazier. He was the defensive coordinator. But the offensive coordinator, when he got fired, they brought in Joe Brady. Joe Brady took the ball out of Josh Allen's hands a little bit. Like his passing attempts went down, I think, by like 3 or 4 a game. Then Justin Herbert took the ball out of his hand. They were a run-first team, and Justin Herbert made the playoffs finally, and we don't talk about that, though. So that's my thing. Like, yeah, after the bye week, Jalen Hurts didn't lose a game that he started and finished, but they started throwing a little bit less when Jalen has a winning record throwing 30 or more or 35 or more, but they only use that against Jalen. They don't use that against Justin Herbert. That's where I have the problem because they also, like Josh Allen with the Bills, they said, yo, we got to get more balanced. Yeah, Josh Allen has 45 touchdowns, but we're not winning. We're not a 1 seed. We're not getting home playoff games. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it did it for other teams too. It's a balanced approach.
But he still wasn't the 1 seed, regardless of switching the style.
I know that, but he won an MVP with it.
Right.
In his first full season with Joe Brady.
Sure.
So that's just where I'm at with it. Like they did it for other star quarterbacks. Justin Herbert's not a star, but not so much, Josh, but Justin Herbert significantly went down. Then you let him throw crazy against the Texans, and he throws with 4 picks. Again, that's the only thing I push back on. That's where I think it's not fair because other teams did it with better quarterbacks, but you don't see it. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yes and no, though, because the structure of the team allowed Josh Allen to kind of take a step back and kind of be a more.
But I said that though, they had to do that.
Right. That's what they had to do. And that's what they did to adjust for team success. Now, when Jalen Hurts when you're changing the game plan of having Jalen Hurts throw for less, that doesn't make any sense because you're not structured that way.
Who?
The Eagles. The Eagles aren't structured that way to where you should only throw for 24 times a game. They're structured because they have AJ Brown. They drafted Devontae Smith, who was a Heisman winner. They got Dallas Goedert. They're constantly trading for wide receiver help year in and year out. Jahan Dotson, John Mechie.
That's a great pickup, by the way.
It's a great pickup, but they're constantly trying to find wide receivers. The Eagles are structured to where you're slinging that thing.
See, I disagree.
I don't know how you disagree.
Because we have a top 5 O-line and a top running back. You're going to feed them the ball.
Correct. But I feel like that what the Eagles are doing is what the Bills are doing and should be doing. And that's becoming a little bit more balanced approach. The Eagles, to me, they don't have an excuse to do that. Like, to me, you got fucking bomb squad weapons on the outside. You're paying these guys a lot of money. Let's use these guys. But the caveat is, they got Saquon Barkley. How do you not get him the football at any point in time?
There's too many hands.
But my thing is that, like, when here's the thing, Mike. Coaches and GMs, they know what kind of player they have.
Agreed.
Right? If they had Joe Burrow on the Eagles, with those weapons, there's not a chance in hell they are throwing under 24 times a game on an average. There's just no chance.
He probably throws about 4 or 5 more times a game.
He probably throws about 31 passes a game, 32 passes a game.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that because Joe Burrow from the pocket is going to be, his completion percentage would be so fucking high in that offense.
Well, you're saying he'll be more efficient to where they'll be up ahead and he'll
that's
have
what
to do his own. Okay, I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's fair. That's fair. But I'm just saying, like, just take the Eagles out of being the best defense.
Yeah.
I'm talking about strictly of the structure.
Yeah.
There is no way in hell they're not having Joe Burrow, who they're paying $200 and something million, throw for 24 times a game with those weapons that they invested in. There's no way. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And
it's a structure thing for me. Like, I see what your point was about Josh Allen, his thing dipped. I get it.
Because it's just smarter, though.
But also,
the Bills
Diggs
needed
departed. Diggs departed. That
and your thing
Diggs
is
Diggs and Gabe Davis departed. That was his passing attack. He had two new wide receivers last year.
The other part of that is too, though, is that the Eagles did that like by design.
Absolutely. By structure of the team.
But if you put, like, I know what you're saying, if you put Lamar or Burrow or Allen in there, the design is the quarterback. It's not like a structured, schemed offense.
Correct.
I know what you're saying.
Like Justin Herbert is not throwing for 24 times in that offense. He's just not.
And he's not going to win either.
But maybe not.
He's not going to win either.
But what I'm saying is, well, with the Eagles, maybe. But I don't know.
Dude.
I'm just saying.
He can't handle the pressure.
He would be awesome.
I saw him with Keenan Allen, Mike Will, and Austin Eckler, who at the time was fucking awesome.
He was also young, too, in his career.
Who?
Herbert.
Oh, well, talking about young. In second year as a starter, Jalen was in the bowl, motherfucker.
I don't disagree with that. You think I'd knock Jalen Hurts and you think that I take credit away from him. I don't take any credit away from him. I think what he's doing for the Eagles fits for the Eagles.
Yeah. He's perfect.
He's perfect for the Eagles.
He's perfect with the
what
media.
They want to.
He's perfect with the media
and what they want to do offensively. Yep. He fits everything the Eagles want to do.
Perfect.
So, I understand what you're saying. And, of course, the success is going to come with it. But to me, like, everybody knows the top quarterbacks in the league.
Hey, we got 4 of them, and then number 5 is sitting right there. And it's going to change in February of 26. I can't wait.
Okay.
I can't wait. All right, that concludes episode 250. We're going to be back next Tuesday? Or Wednesday or something like that. Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll be back next week.
It's his show, yeah. He makes the rules, so you know how it goes.
He's the managing guy. So, all right, we'll see you guys next week before our final episode before the season kicks off. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
I'm caps lock different. It's facts, non-fiction. Said I black out for real, then the track gone missing. If it's cap, I'm dipping. We ain't talking about a move, then it's flatline finished. When I spaz, I'm grinning. Put a peel off in the Sadies and I pass by spinning. It's perks with this life, but I don't have my skinage. Took a quick trip and now I'm back home winning. And I see they eyes pop like I snack on spinach. Pull up to the spot, she tryna grab my digits. I'm already 8 shots, a Henny past my limit. Here you go. Hazards with a dash full of tickets. I'ma act like I don't see them. I got bad eyes.